Yeah, did you get a chance to go through the sheet, the problems I sent? Yeah, what about others? Yes, cool. But I guess we have some problems remaining from the previous sheets. So let's quickly finish that off. So I request you to take problem sheet number 16. Go to problem sheet number 16. 16. Please take problem sheet number 16. We have, I think we have solved till question number, yeah. We got abruptly cut off when we are doing problem number 8. Yeah. So please, all of you take problem sheet number 16 and let's go to question number 8. Are you with me? Are you with me? Yeah. So this is a typical word problem that will appear in an SAT. Okay. In an experiment, a solution of hydrochloric acid is to be kept between 30 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius. What is the range of temperature in degree Fahrenheit if conversion formula is given by so and so? Okay. So the idea is very simple. You need a solution to be kept between 30 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius. And you need to know the range in Fahrenheit. And the conversion formula is given. So let's try to do that. So we have your C value or the temperature in degrees Celsius should be between 30 and 35. Okay. You have your C value between 30 and 35, where C is the temperature in degrees Celsius. Okay. You have to figure out the same stuff for Fahrenheit. Okay. Now there is a conversion given, and that conversion says C is equal to 5/9 times F minus 32. So I need to get the F value between so and so. So F is between some number and some number. That is what I'm looking at. That is what I'm looking at. So you just simply plug in this expression. So you have 5/9 times F minus 32 between 30 and 35. Your 5/9 times F minus 32 is between 30 and 35. Yes. Now see, there are two inequalities. This is one inequality and this is another inequality. So you can either solve these two inequalities separately, or you can solve it in one step. Okay, if you want to solve it separately, then that is fine. If you want to do it together, then that is also fine. So if you want to do it separately, how do you do that? You take the first inequality. It says 30 less than 5/9 times F minus 32. Okay. Now to remove the 5/9 term, when it goes to the other side, when the 5/9 on the RHS, when it goes to the LHS, it appears as 9/5, right? It appears as 9/5. So 9/5 times 30 is less than F minus 32. Of course, this is 5. Now your 5 and 30 can get cancelled. You have 54 less than F minus 32. So your F is greater than 54 plus 32. So this is 86. Your f is greater than 86. Your f is greater than 86. Now you take the next inequality. You have 509 times f minus 32 less than 35. Again, f minus 32 is being multiplied with 509 on the LHS. So to get rid of that 5 by 9 on the LHS, when you bring it to the other side, when you bring it to the RHS, it appears as 9 over 5. So we have f minus 32 is equal to 35 times 9 over 5. Now your 5 and 35 7 times. So we have f minus 32 is equal to 63. Your f becomes, I mean, it's not equal. It's sorry. I'm sorry. It's not equal. It's less than. It's less than. So you have f less than 32 plus 63. So your f is less than 95. Now you combine these, you have the answer. When you combine these, you have the answer. So what will be the answer? Your f is greater than 86 and your f is less than 95, which means your f will lie between 86 and 95. Is that clear? Is that clear? Let me know. Others, see, there are two parts to the inequality. There are two parts to the inequality. So I've taken two inequalities separately and solved them. And if you want to solve it in single step, how can you do that? If you want to solve that in single step, you can do that as well. So we have 509 times f minus 32 is between 30 and 35. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now I'm going to multiply the entire expression with 9 over 5. To get rid of this 5 by 9, I'm going to multiply the entire expression with 9 over 5. 9 over 5. 9 over 5. And you are multiplying with a positive number. So it's absolutely fine, right? That doesn't flip the inequality. When you're multiplying with a negative number, you should be careful. It will flip the inequality. Here you are multiplying the entire inequality with a positive number. So it is absolutely fine. Now what happens? This 5 and 5 get cancelled. 9 gets cancelled. In the LHS, I mean, the first expression, this is 6. So we have 54 less than f minus 32 less than, again, this is 7. So this is 63. Now in the next step, I'm going to add a 32 everywhere. So our original question looks like this. I'm going to add 32 everywhere. I'm going to add a 32 everywhere. I'm adding a 32 everywhere. So what happens? Now you have f between, this is 86 and this is 95. And we have the answer. So don't you think this is much easier? Don't you think this is much easier? Isn't this much easier? Yes. But you should be able to deal with inequalities. If there's a compound inequality, you should be able to do it in a single step. And you should be careful. If there are negative numbers, you should be careful about the sign switch, the sign flipping. Okay. Here, there's nothing to worry about. It's very simple question. Others, are you with me? Let's move on to the next question. Is there any confusion in this question? Please let me know. Please let me know. See, questions from inequality will definitely show up in exam, right? Okay, so you should be very thorough with the inequalities. There will be definitely questions on inequalities. So others, Robin, Anjali, Krisha. See, as I mentioned previously, in this batch, there are only 4 students. For me, in the other batches, there are some batches have 100 students. Okay, so in this case, I would like to get feedback from all of you. We have done everything in one step. So this saves our time. Yeah. All right. So in the next question, let's go to the next question. The length L of a rectangle is 3 times the breadth P. If the minimum perimeter of the rectangle is 160, then. All right. So length of a rectangle is 3 times the breadth. So let's write that down. Everyone, please read the question once again. Length of a rectangle is 3 times the breadth. So we have L is equal to 3B. Yes. If the minimum perimeter of the rectangle is 160, so our perimeter is going to be 2 times length plus breadth. Its minimum value is given to be 160. What does that mean? What does it mean? The minimum value of perimeter is given to be 160. So it means that P has to be greater than or equal to 160. The minimum value. So P is 160 or greater than that. P is 160 or greater than 160. Yes. So we have 2 times L plus B greater than or equal to 160 because P is nothing but 2 times L plus B. Now look at the question, look at the options. See, 2 options talk about the inequality applied on B, and the other 2 options talk about inequality applied on L. Okay, so 2 options talk about inequality that is being applied on B. The other 2 options talk about inequality being applied on L. Right? So let us see both ways. Let's try to convert this into an inequality involving only L. And in the second class, let us try to convert that into an inequality involving only B. So first of all, let's replace L with 3B because L is given to be 3 times B. So we have 2 times 3B plus B is greater than or equal to 160. So we have 2 times 4B greater than or equal to 160. So we have A times B greater than or equal to 160. We have B greater than or equal to 20. We have B greater than or equal to 20. So we have got the inequality in terms of B. We have got the inequality in terms of B. Now, if you want the inequality in terms of L, what will you do? You have to convert this into an inequality involving just L. So you can replace your B as L by 3. Replace your B as L by 3. Makes sense? B is equal to L by 3. B is equal to L by 3 because L is equal to 3B, 3 times B. Make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. So this will be 2 times L is L itself. B is replaced as L by 3 greater than or equal to 160. So let's simplify the expression on LHS. So this is 2 times. We can write L as 3 times L by 3 plus L by 3 is greater than or equal to 160. Now 3L plus L by 3 is going to be 4 times L by 3 greater than or equal to 160. So we have 8 times L by 3 greater than or equal to 160. So we have our L value greater than or equal to 160 into 3 over 8. And your 8 and 160, it is 20 times here. So we have our L value greater than or equal to 60. Okay. Your L value is greater than or equal to 60. Now look at the options. We have B value greater than or equal to 20, L values greater than or equal to 60. So this is the only right answer. So this is the only right answer. B greater than or equal to 20 is the only right answer. But we had to check both cases because there are 2 conditions given. But if you check in terms of B first, then you got the answer straight away. Okay. If you choose to do this part, if you choose to follow this path first, then you have the answer straight away. But if you follow this path, you see that you get L greater than or equal to 60. That is not there in the option. So you have to check this part as well. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to tell you is, once you have B greater than or equal to 20, to reach this step, it is easy. How can you do that? Your B is given to be L by 3, right? Your B is L by 3. You replace B is equal to L by 3 here. So your L by 3 is greater than or equal to 20. So you have L greater than or equal to 60. Got it? So we could have avoided this step completely. Okay, if we wanted, we could have got the expression for L, inequality for L, from the inequality for B. Otherwise, if you want to go from this to this, that is also possible. How can you do that? We have L is equal to 3B. So we have 3B is greater than or equal to 60. So your B is greater than or equal to 60 by 3, which is 20. You can do it this way as well. Got it? Yes. Shall we move on to the next question? Shall we move on to the next question? Yeah. So next question. Yeah. Next question, please read carefully. IQ of a person is given by the formula IQ is equal to MA by CA into 100, where MA is the mental age, CA is the chronological age. If 80 less than or equal to IQ less than or equal to 140 for a group of 12 years old children. So 12 years old means what? CA is given to be 12. So CA is given to be 12. Then the range of their mental ages. So IQ is given to be between 80 and 140. And you know what is the formula for IQ? It's MA divided by CA into 100, a less than 80 and 140. Now CA is given to be 12 because you are looking at a group of children whose actual age is 12. Actual age is 12. Now we need to get the range of their mental age. Or we need the range of their mental age. So we can do it in one step. Okay. You just simplify CA as 12 here. You can substitute CA as 12 here. So we have MA into 100 by 12 is between 80 and 140. I'm going to do this in single step. What will I do? I will get rid of this 100 over 12 by multiplying the entire inequality with 12 over 100. So we have 12 over 100 times 80 less than or equal to 12 over 100 times MA into 100 by 12 less than or equal to 140 times 12 over 100. Make sense? I've multiplied the entire expression with 12 over 100 to get rid of the 100 by 12 term. Now what happens? This 100 and 100 will go away. This 12 will go away. You can cancel a 10 here. So we have 12 into 8 is 96 by 10. It's less than or equal to MA. It's less than or equal to, again, so we have 14 into 12, which is 14 into 12 is 140 plus 24, 168. 168 by 10. So your MA is between 9.6 and 16.8. 9.6 and 16.8. All right. So this is fine. Is there any confusion? No. It's fine, right? So our answer is A. The value is between 9.6 and 16.8. Here we have done it in one single step. We could have taken two inequalities separately and you could have done that way as well, but I've done it in one single step. Okay. So now we have problem sheet number 17. Let's do that. I think 17 is pending. $17 is also pending, right? 17 is pending, right? We have not discussed 17. Am I right? Am I right? 17, we have not discussed 17 in class. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. So 17 is not discussed in the class. So let's quickly finish off 17 and then go to our 18th problem sheet. So please take problem sheet number 17. Please take problem sheet number 17. I mean, This is just some more problems for practice. This sheet involves some more problems from inequalities. So please take problem sheet number 17. Problem sheet number 17. Please, are you with me? Are you with me? Yeah. Okay. So first question, which statement is modeled by 2p plus 5 less than 11? Sum of 5 and 2 times p is at least 11. So sum of 5 and 2 times p is at least 11. So the minimum value is 11. So it has to be 11 or more than 11. So it has to be greater than or equal to 11. Next, 5 added to the product of 2 and p is less than 11. So 5 plus 2p is less than 11. So this is matching with our original statement. So that is the right answer. Yeah. 2 times p plus 5 is at most 11. So 2 times p plus 5 is at most 11 means what? The maximum value it can take. The maximum value will be 11. So it has to be 11 or less than or equal to 11. Yeah. The product of 2 and p added to 5 is 11. The product of 2 and p added to 5 is 11. So equal to 11. So of course, B is the only matching answer. B is our answer. Option B is the answer. Yes. Let's go to next problem sheet. Which of the following describes the solution of minus x plus 1 greater than 2 or x minus 1 greater than 2? So we have two inequalities here, minus x plus 1 greater than 2 or x minus 1 greater than 2. So the first inequality, let's see how we can solve the first inequality. It says minus x plus 1 greater than 2. So you take x to the other side and minus 2 to this side. So we have 1 minus 2 is greater than x. Minus 1 is greater than x. So yeah, x is less than minus 1. X less than minus 1. Yes. Now again, the second inequality is x minus 1 greater than 2. You add 1 on both sides. So we have x is greater than 3. X is greater than 3. So our complete solution is x is less than minus 1 or x is greater than 3. X is less than minus 1 or x is greater than 3. So this is the answer. All real numbers greater than 3 or less than minus 1. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back now. Am I audible? There was an Amazon delivery at the door. Am I audible? Yeah. So D is our answer. All numbers greater than 3 or less than -1. So can you represent that on the number line? How do we represent that on the number line? How do we represent that on the number line? Can you quickly represent that on the number line? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3. Okay. We have all real numbers greater than 3. So 3 is not included. So you just greater than 3 or less than -1. So -1 and below -1. So this is our solution represented on the number line. All numbers greater than 3 or less than -1. All right. All numbers greater than 3 or less than -1. Greater than 3, less than -1. So this is combined by an OR, which means there are two solution sets. This is a set. This is another set. There are two sets of numbers. Okay. There are two sets of numbers. Okay. Now, which of the following is a graph of the solution of x minus 3 less than 2 and x plus 3 greater than 2? See, these two inequalities are combined by and. When they're combined by and, what should you do? You should look at the common solution. Okay. When they're combined by and, it means that you should be looking at the common solution. You should be looking at the common solution. Right? So let's see that the first inequality, in the first inequality, we have x minus 3 less than 2. So we have x less than 5. And we have x plus 3 greater than 2. So we have x greater than -1. So we have x greater than -1 and x is less than 5. So both these conditions should be satisfied together simultaneously because they are combined by and. So it means intersection. And means intersection. And means intersection. You're looking at the common portion. You're looking at the common solution. So from the graph, tell me what is the solution? From the graph, tell me what is the solution? The number x has to be greater than -1 and less than 5 at the same time. -1 and 5 are not included, so you put a hole at -1 and 5. Yeah. Box is the answer. B is the answer, right? B, option B. Option B is the right answer because, it has to be greater than -1 and it has to be less than 5. Got it? Is that right? Is that fine? Is that fine? Yeah. Can you also tell me what are the algebraic representation of the other three cases? Option A, option C, option D. See, you see that this case is represented as x greater than -1 and x less than 5. You understand this, right? Or you can write it as single expression. You can write it as a single expression, which is -1 less than x less than 5. This is one single expression. What about cases A, C, and D? What about cases A, C, and D? What will be case in A? What will be the case in A? What will be the algebraic representation of the set of numbers in case A? Can you please write? Can you please write that? The algebraic expression in case A. You see that the numbers start at -1 and goes on, right? So what is that case in A? What is that case in A? In option A, what is that representation, algebraic representation of the set of numbers represented on the number line? I'm not seeing an answer. Can somebody tell me what is the set of numbers represented by the option A? Option A is not our answer. Our answer is option B, but I want to get the representation, algebraic representation for A, C, and D. I just want to make sure that you are thorough with these ideas. Yeah, it's basically x greater than -1. That is this option. What about option C? What about option C? Yeah, it says x is greater than -6. What about option D? What about option D? Yeah, that's right, Robin. Option C is x greater than -6. What about option D? Yes, that's very good. That's very good. We have x less than -1 or x greater than 6. Cool. So this is basically the union of two sets. It's basically union of two sets. There are two sets. And union is represented as OR. Cool. Prisha and Robin, it's clear, right? Yeah. All right, so let's go to the next one. Which compound inequality is shown by the graph? Can you tell me what the answer is? Can you tell me what the answer is? Which compound inequality is shown by the graph? When you see a dot, it means that that point is included. When you see a hole, it means that point is not included. You see that there is a hole here and there's a dot. There's a dot here, there's a hole here. Okay. Yes. Yes. So this means what? Your x is less than -2 or your x is greater than or equal to 5. So this is C is our answer. C is our answer. Your x is less than -2 or your x is greater than or equal to 5. Cool. Next one. Question number 5. The solution of the compound inequality -5 less than or equal to 2x plus 3 less than or equal to 9. Okay. So there are two inequalities involved. There are two inequalities involved. So what is the meaning of this? -5 less than or equal to 2x plus 3 and 2x plus 3 less than 9. So that is the meaning. Okay. But I told you previously, we can, instead of doing it in 2 steps, we can do it in 1 step. So instead of doing it in 2 steps, we are going to do it in 1 step. See this? See this? See this? So we have 2x plus 3. And it lies between -5 and 9. Now add 3 everywhere. Add 3 everywhere. So we have -5 less than or equal to 2x plus 3 less than or equal to 9. I'm going to add 3 everywhere. No, subtract 3. I'm sorry. -3. Subtract 3. Subtract 3. Subtract 3. So in the next step, we have 2x lies between -8 and 6. In the next step, you divide the entire expression with a 2. You divide the entire expression with a 2. And the inequality doesn't get affected because you are dividing by a positive number. Okay. So you have your x's between -4 and 3. Your x value lies between -4 and 3. X value lies between -4 and 3. -4 and 3. X value lies between -4 and 3. Is that clear? -4 and 3. Your x value lies between -4 and 3. Yeah. So what is the answer here? -4. So another way to write this is you write x greater than or equal to -4 and x less than or equal to 3. Both condition needs to be satisfied. X has to be greater than -4 and x has to be less than 3. Less than or equal to 3, sorry. So what is the answer here for question number 5? This is the answer. Yes. Let's go to question number 6. Which of the following is a solution of x plus 1 greater than or equal to 3 and x plus 1 less than or equal to 3? So your x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 3, which means what? X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay. Now your x plus 1 is less than or equal to 3. It means your x is less than or equal to 2. This is an interesting question. See, your x is greater than or equal to 2 and they are combined by and your x is less than or equal to 2. So what will be the solution set? Your x is greater than or equal to 2 and your x is less than or equal to 2. So there is only one number that satisfies both these conditions. There is only one number that satisfies both conditions. What is that? What is the number? It's the number 2, right? It's nothing but the number 2. Because if you need a number to be greater than or equal to 2 and less than or equal to 2 simultaneously, 2 is the only possibility. 2 is the only possibility. 2 is the only possibility, right? Am I right? 2 is the only possibility. Now, what would have been the case if the question were like this? Suppose if we have x greater than 2 and x less than 2. Suppose you have x greater than 2 and x is less than 2. What would be the case? Your x is greater than 2 and x less than 2. What will be the case? What would be the answer if you have x greater than 2 and x less than 2 simultaneously? Your number has to be greater than 2 and less than 2 simultaneously. It has to be greater than 2 and less than 2 simultaneously. We are not talking about or, we are talking about and. So both the conditions need to be satisfied simultaneously. See, I need a number to be greater than 2. Okay, I also need the number to be less than 2. Come on. Yeah, no solution. No solution. It is not possible. It is not possible. You can't have a number which is both greater than 2 and less than 2 simultaneously. Does that make sense? Make sense? Others? Yeah. And now what was the difference here? The difference here was the number 2 was included in both cases. 2 was the part of the solution in the first inequality. 2 was also a part of the solution in the second inequality, right? So 2 was included in this case, but here 2 is nicely excluded. Okay, so that is why we had one answer here, but we have no answer here. All right, does that make sense? Yes, always remember when you see an and, it means intersection, which means both conditions need to be satisfied simultaneously. You just look at the number line and figure out things, that's all. But both conditions need to be satisfied simultaneously. All right, so let's see question number 7. We have greatest integer solution of 5 minus 3m is 5 minus 3m is greater than 11. You need the greatest integer solution of 5 minus 3m greater than 11. So how do we do that? We have 5 minus 3m greater than 11. You simply solve it. So we have 5 minus 3m greater than 11. So we have 5 minus 11 greater than 3m. I have taken 3m to the other side, 11 to this side. Yeah. So this is minus 6 greater than 3m. Your m is less than minus 2. Your m is less than minus 2. Your m is less than minus 2. Am I right? Now, can you represent this on the number line and find out what the answer is? We want the greatest integer solution of this x inequality, the greatest integer solution. The greatest integer solution. Greatest integer solution. So you represent all the solutions on the number line. You represent all the solutions on the number line 0, 1, 2, 3. We have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And you represent the entire solution set on the number line. We have ms less than minus 2. So minus 2 and left of minus 2. Minus 2 is not included. Minus 2 is not included. Minus 2 is not included. All right. So what is the greatest integer solution? What is the greatest integer solution? What are the integer solutions included in this solution set? When you look at the solution set, what are the integer solutions that are included? What are the integer solutions that are included in the solution set? Minus 2 is not included, but minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and so on are included, right? The integers, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, and blah, blah, blah. These are all included numbers. Am I right? These are the integers. Now, what is the greatest integer amongst these? Greatest integer among these numbers? Greatest integer among these numbers? Can you tell me what is the greatest number among these? No, is this confusing? Do you need more explanation? See, you just solve this inequality, you get ms less than minus 2. Okay, now I have represented it on the number line. I want you to tell me what is the greatest integer solution. So I have just written down all the integer solutions that falls within that solution. Okay, now you have to just tell me what is the greatest integer among these. Yeah, it is minus 3, right? Minus 3 is the greatest number among this. So minus 3 is the greatest integer solution. So we have found out the solution and I have written down the integer solution. From this, I have just chosen the greatest integer. That's all. From this, I have chosen the greatest integer. Understand what I'm saying? I've solved the inequality. I've represented it on the number line. Then I have marked all the integer solutions, and from which I'm choosing the largest possible integral solution, which is minus 3. So minus 3 is the answer. I think there is some typesetting mistake in your solution. So I'll rectify those and share them with you once again. Okay. Got it? So let's go to the next question. I think we have time to do one more question. Yeah. Okay, let's finish this question before we wind up for the day. We have 2x minus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 3x minus 2 by 4 minus of 2 minus x by 5. Okay, that's a good question. That's a very good question. There are fractions involved. So you just have to simplify these fractions, simplify these expressions. Let's see how this can be done. Our question is, we have 2x minus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 3x minus 2 by 4 minus 2 minus x by 5. So we have 2x minus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 3x minus 2 by 4 minus 2 minus x by 5. Now we can actually cross multiply, but before cross multiplying, I have to make sure that the denominator is same for both terms on the RHS. So I'm going to find out the common denominator. The least common denominator is going to be 20. We have 4 and 5. The least common denominator is going to be 20. 4 and 5. The least common denominator is going to be 20. So I just multiply with 5 and the numerator and denominator here. Multiply and divide with, multiply with 4 on both numerator and denominator here. So what happens? The denominator here becomes 20. This is 3x minus 2 times 5. Minus this becomes 2 minus x times 4. And we have 20 in the denominator. So the common denominator becomes 20. And in the numerator, we have 3x minus 2 times 5 minus 2 minus x times 4 greater than or equal to 2x minus 1 by 3. So far, so good. Let me know. I've just done a simplification on RHS where there were two terms whose denominators were 4 and 5. I've converted it into a common denominator of 20. Please let me know. Hello, are you with me? Are you with me? Yeah, 20 is the common denominator, so that I've converted everything into 20. The denominators are converted to 20. How? Here I had to multiply with 5 on both numerator and denominator. Here I had to multiply with 4 on both numerator and denominator. Right? So we have 15x minus 10 minus 8 minus 4x divided by 20. So we have 15x minus 10 minus 8 plus 4x divided by 20. Just combine the like terms. We have 19x minus 18 divided by 20 greater than or equal to 2x minus 1 by 3. So so far what have we done? We have just simplified the RHS. That's all. We have just simplified the RHS. We have just simplified the RHS. Now you just cross multiply. Cross multiply. Okay. You just cross multiply. Since these are positive numbers, 3 and 20 are positive numbers, so there's no flipping of sign involved. You cross multiply, we have 20 times 2x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 3 times 19x minus 18. So we have 40x minus 20 greater than or equal to 3 times 19 is 57. 7x minus 3 times 18 is 54. So 57x minus 40x. Here it is going to be 54 minus 20 plus 54. So this is 17x greater than or equal to 34. Your x is greater than or equal to 34 divided by 17. So your 2 is greater than or equal to x. Your x is less than or equal to 2. This is the solution. Please have a look and let me know if there is anything, any confusion. Is that all right? Is that all right? Anyway, if you have any confusion, do get back to me. We'll wind up for the day. By the way, I'll share one more sheet with you that will involve absolute value inequalities. We have already discussed the concepts in the previous class, but I'll share a problem sheet on inequalities that contain the absolute value. Right? All right then. See you in the next class.